Rod, I feel like a lot of times this year we've talked about games that can make a coach go gray when it's 6-5 or 7-4, things like that. Is this the kind of game you like as a coach where it's a tight game, low scoring, mostly at 5-on-5, and you see your guys kind of battle and get the 2 points?
Well, I'm happy with any type of game if we're playing it right. Sometimes the score doesn't really dictate how the game's going, but I thought tonight I was really happy with this game. I mean, it felt like we were in control of it, and at least from the coaching side of it. And I know it was a tight game, and we didn't get the bounce there to, in the third. It was kind of like, oh, it's maybe not go our way, but I love how the guys just kept sticking with the plan. Kept going, and a couple individual efforts were really great in this game, obviously, but overall, I thought the team game was solid.
Luke?
You guys face both internally and externally some pretty high expectations this season. Do you feel like so far at this point in the season you've lived up to be the team you wanted to be? Like, is this, or do you kind of not want to look at that now?
Yeah, I don't mean, we're not looking at that. It's halfway through the season. I mean, great, you're halfway through the race. I mean, we're in a good spot. We've done this, got this far. I'd say really well. I'm really proud of the group and how hard they've worked. Come to practice, come to play every night. So, but like I said, we're halfway through the race. This race, and there's another race we got to get on and get to later. But we're up to this point really happy with the group.
Sarah?
Are you ready for Vegas? Are you going to hit the town?
Yeah. No. No. That's it's what it is. I guess it's your obligation. So I gotta show up, and I'm gonna try to enjoy it. Just being around some good athletes that I've never been around. I think that's how I'm looking at it. And I mean, I'm just gonna stand there and watch them like you are from home or whatever, right? But it'd be nice to kind of get to see them live and in person. Some of these guys that you have to coach against and game plan against. So,
well,
Rod, when we talked to you earlier this week about the 4 games in 6 days, you said it's kind of going to be a preview of what the second half of the season is in this kind of grindy way. Your team went 4 for 4. How do you feel about the test as a whole going into the break?
Yeah, I mean, what else can you do, right? I mean, that you look at every game on an individual basis, but I felt like we had our ups and downs in there, which you're going to have, but it felt like every game there was a different story, a different guy stepped up. That different guys play well to get us wins, and then I thought everyone contributed in almost especially tonight. So each game kind of had a little different flair, but at the end of the day, you're about winning games.
Chip?
Yeah, Rod, you've talked a lot about consistency of effort this season. Has that been the strength of the team through 42 games? You've had a couple of bad games, but not a lot of bad games.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that's what we pride ourselves on, and every team says the same things, and we're no different. But you got to back it up, and I think these guys, like I said, you got to be proud of their effort, and that's one of the things we day one want to make sure, win or lose, that you could walk out and people paying the money and come watch you would say, hey, they gave you their money's worth, and I feel like this group takes that to heart.
Brian?
Hey, Coach, we've seen a lot of games this season where maybe the goaltending effort is really solid. Maybe the defensive effort in front of him isn't quite as high quality. That didn't seem to be the case tonight. A lot defense seemed to get a job. Do you think so?
Well, I thought it was a great game overall. I thought we defended well, goalie played well, and then we created a lot of opportunities, just didn't quite cash in, but we were around it all night. And so it's one of the better games that I felt like we played, because we didn't get frustrated, and we stuck to what we wanted to do. And, we could have been better in areas, but the other team, that's a good team, and they played really well lately. So it was a good test, and I thought we answered it well.
Corey?
Rod, Andre caps off a really solid month with the game winner. How do you keep him pointed in the direction of, all right, you took a step, keep going? Because I know you believe that there's even more there, but what he's done over the last month has really seemed like he's taken a huge step forward.
Well, I don't have to you know this kid. You don't have to do anything with this guy. You just keep him on, tell him where to be and what time the game is, and make sure he's got that figured out. And because he is just, he wants to win. He's competitive. Sometimes maybe a little too much, but he's I think figuring that out. Just a tremendous athlete and person, player, everything. So we're excited with him. Like I said, as he just starting, he's going to keep getting better. Yeah, it's hard to believe. I think he still can get better.
We'll take two more. Go ahead, Luke.
All right, Rod, what happened with Brett at the end there? Did he get like a skate in the arm or something, or is he okay?
Yeah, I think he got a skate apparently kind of in this area, but thankfully that's the best area to get one of those. You get a lot of padding there, so I think he'll be fine.
Last one, Walt.
Rod, as you mentioned, you're only halfway through the race, but you came into this race with two brand new goaltenders, and especially after the last 3 games. How do you feel about how they've contributed to the team in the first 41 games?
It's been phenomenal, right? Like I feel like we've played well all year, but there are obviously times, our record speaks for itself, and I think it's the record is that good because our goaltending has won us a bunch of games where we weren't that great, or the other team was better, or whatever, it was even, and yet we're pulling out these victories because our goaltending has been that good. So, we've got a good team, but our goaltending has, I think, been a difference maker.